Good evening. My name is Tamika Walker. I am the founder and the CEO of Khairi and Little Angels Memorial, as well as Stand By Us Healing Support Group. I wanted to come on today because I created a YouTube channel and I wanted to be able to give the people a better understanding of what our organization is. Khairi and Little Angel Memorial was established in 2014, and Khairi and Little Angel Memorial, we came about because I lost my son, Khairi, in May of 2014. So while on my maternity leave, I decided that I wanted to start a nonprofit organization. I will say it's nothing that I came up with on my own. It was more a vision from God. And I say that mainly because this is something that I never could have done on my own. It's not something that I could have thought of on my own. This is a very, and when I say very, demanded nonprofit organization, it's a very touching nonprofit organization. Um, and it's something that a lot of people don't want to think about. Well, what Khairi and Little Angels Memorial do is we have different events in the community. We try to bring awareness to the various issues that I saw when I lost Khairi. One of the main things that caused me to do this organization and pray over it so sincerely was the fact that burying Khairi was very expensive. If I had not known any better, I would have gone to some of those places, and I would have probably just began through paying for Khairi burial. But the thing that this organization do is our mission is to provide burial assistance to low income families. And those families will have had to have lost a infant from the 20 weeks gestational period up to 12 months of age. And that's 5.5, that's 5 months pregnant. Um, those that don't understand the 20-week gestational. So that's what we do. Our mission is to provide burial assistance to low income families, families that are not able to provide the burial assistance for their infant from 20 weeks gestation up to 12 months of age. And that's here in Birmingham, Alabama. We're in the Jefferson County area. And so what we do is we go around to different hospitals, we go around to different funeral homes, we go around to different cemeteries. And I pretty much sit down with these people and I explain our organizations to them, just as I'm explaining it to you. And we establish an agreement as far as what they will do for the families that I send to them. And pretty much the only thing I want them to do for the families that I send to them, um, especially for like the funeral homes, is set up the arrangement. 9 times out of 10, like I said, I have been to these funeral homes and I have already sat down and talked to them. So when the family go to them, they are pretty much just discussing the arrangement, what day they want to have the funeral on, where they want to have it, and those type of things. Same go for the cemeteries. As far as the hospital are normally the places that send the families to me, to my organization, because I've sat down with the bereavement nurses in many of the hospitals that I have partnerships with. And so they know what the requirements are for the organization in order to send someone, to us. And so therefore, once they call me, I immediately get rolling. Um, I could be making a visit to the hospital, or it depends on what the family want. I could make a visit to their home. And so that's pretty much what Khairi and Little Angel Memorial do. But we're not able to do that unless we have the funding that goes with that particular type of operation. And so we do different events in the community. One event that we saw last year was our Body, Mind, Spirit Mental Health Expo. And that was a pretty good event. It's an annual event, something that we started for the first time last year, and it's held here in Birmingham, Alabama. Um, the other part of Khairi and Little Angels Memorial is our healing support group, and that is called Stand By Us. With Stand By Us, pretty much what we do is we help families. It could be possibly the families that come to us, or it could be other grief-stricken individuals within the community. But what we do is we have meetings 2 times a month, and we allow those people to come in. We try to separate the groups. Have 5 groups. That's the um, original plan for the support group, to have 5 groups. And with those 5 groups, we have the women in one group, the fathers, the males in another group, and we have the youth. And we have the youth set up, and we have them broken up into 3 different age groups so that they will be able to talk. And that's the purpose of setting up the support group and separating it the way that we do. Our ultimate goal is to actually get people to speak on what is depressing them, speak on the grief that they have experienced. Um, Although our target group are mothers and their families that have lost kids, but we don't limit it there because we know that a mother could possibly be going through this particular situation, but there could be some underlying issues there that was there before she lost this child or before this father lost this child. There could be some things going on in these kids that was there before they lost their sibling. And so that's why we don't just target just that particular death of that child or that sibling, because we know other things are going on in their life. So we open it up. And so in the support group is where the families can talk about if they have PTSD, we go over that, depression, anxiety, grief, any mental health illness that these families are experiencing in their life. We want to know about them. We want them to be able to talk about them. We want them to open up, be free. We don't want what they've experienced to go on for years and years and years. With 9 times out of 10, when they come to us, that is the case. That it has been going on for years, and they may have heard the stigma about going to psychiatrists or going to support groups that you're crazy. My thing is going through what I've gone through from 2014 up to now is if you don't go to therapy and you know that you have some type of mental health illness, I consider that to actually be crazy when you sit out from it because you listen to what other people say. You have to take care of yourself. You have to think about yourself. At that point in life, you can't worry about what nobody else say. You just have to be able to take care of yourself because you're the one that's dealing with this. You're the one that's going through this. And so that's pretty much what the support group does. And that's why I wanted to just come on shortly and just explain what the support group is. One thing I will say about this channel that I have now on YouTube is I'm asking people to um, share the channel, share it with as many people as possible. Although I just told you what the support group is about, we're going to be talking about a lot of different issues in this support group. One of the biggest thing that lay very heavily on my heart is the childbirth crisis that we're facing nowadays. And with that childbirth crisis, it's among women of color. A lot of people, I guess they hear it and they don't hear it because it has not affected them. But that's the thing about this organization. We're trying to get awareness out so people can be proactive. So when this situation, or if this situation ever arises in your family or with a friend that's close to you or just a acquaintance, that you are able to guide them and give them the resources and information that they need so that they're able to deal with that situation and pretty much not have to go through what I had to go through. Had I had an organization like this to turn to when I lost Khairi in 2014, I'm so sure, and I mean I'm so sure that I would not have lost Khairi because there would have been all type of awareness to tell me about some of the things that I was going through and some of the things I was experiencing. And it would have caused me to do something totally different than what I did. And my biggest thing at that time was I trusted doctors and they let me down. And so now I have to live the rest of my life without my son. And there are times that I actually beat myself up about Khairi being gone, wondering what I could have done differently that would have saved my son's life. And every time I think about it, and I, I just think about the situation that particular weekend, and I always come back to the same conclusion. I did everything that I could. There was nothing else that I could have done. And so that's why I do this, have this organization. That's why we have a support group. Um, And so that's why I wanted to just come on. This is my first video that I'm doing for this support group. So this one is a little bit choppy. It's not the best that I would want my interviews to be, my videos. But as time goes on, I will get more familiar with YouTube, and I will get more familiar with subscribe to this channel, because we're going to be talking about some stuff. It's a lot of stuff that is really silenced right now, but with this childbirth crisis that's among women of color, we're losing a lot of women to childbirth. We're losing a lot of infants to childbirth. And for some apparent reason, is flagging on women of color ethnicity groups. And so it's a lot that we can actually do. A lot of people don't really think that there are things that they can actually do, but there are a lot of things that can actually be done. And our organization providing awareness, that's the first step. By us getting awareness out and getting people attention to let them know just how serious it is. And that is happening more than you actually realize, because they're not telling it as much. Um, 9 times out of 10, it's really not until a woman actually lose her life or a mother actually lose her child. And she may be speaking in anger, or she may be speaking just to provide awareness so that it won't happen again. Although we know that we can't completely stop it, but we can get it to the point where the number, where the rate right now from maternal mortality and infant mortality, where we can get those numbers down, because there are a lot of things that we can do ourselves to be able to decrease this number. So if you would just share this video, pass it on to other people. I'm trying to get the subscription, the people that subscribe to it. I'm trying to get more people into this group on this channel so that we can start moving toward getting these numbers down and actually being aware. One of the things I will say before I close is I look at this some similar to what is going on now in the world. It's like you have um, so many different professional people coming before us now with this coronavirus and telling us various things that we need to do, giving us guidelines that we should be following in order to decrease the spread of the coronavirus. And I was looking at Facebook on yesterday, and I was visiting some pages, looking at some videos, and a lot of the videos that I was looking at, the people in the hospital that have tested positive were saying how they did everything that they were supposed to do, and they still got the coronavirus. And the first thing that hit me was, this is what I've been saying going on 6 years with my pregnancy. With my pregnancy with Khairi, I did everything. Everything I was supposed to do. I'm talking about I had a good pregnancy. Up until the time that I experienced the complications and the things that I experienced with losing him. And so when I hear those words that I did everything that I was supposed to do and I still got it, I did everything I was supposed to do and I still lost him. And the first thing I was like, I went to Facebook and I was saying, this is the same thing that I said. And then I look at the world and I see how this awareness is being put out about this coronavirus, the guidelines, and then people are not really taking it serious. That's the same way I feel about putting the awareness out about infant mortality, premature labor, this childbirth crisis. That's the same way I feel. Is I put this information out here, and providing awareness and different things for people to do so they won't experience this. Praying to God that they won't experience it. But it's like it's falling on deaf ears. And so I see that with the coronavirus. No matter how much you keep showing these people the numbers going up, people in the hospital, people dying, to actually have them to face reality, people are still gathering with more people than they're supposed to be gathering with. They're having it, so they're not paying attention to actually do what is required of us right now and try to get the spread of it down so that the virus will die off. And then we can go back into our normal lives. Although it's going to be some hiccups as we go back into our normal lives, but we will go back into our normal lives so much sooner than later. And it's like right now it's being delayed because you can't get people to understand the seriousness of this, how this is deadly. And so that's the same way I feel with with this childbirth crisis when you're trying to provide information and guide people. It's like it's just falling on deaf ears. And with the childbirth crisis, we're talking about two lives. It could possibly be three lives if a mother is having multiple babies. You just never know. And so that's why I'm saying be proactive because we don't know. But I would rather be cautious about something and have the awareness just in case it does happen because you're not guaranteed to have enough time to get a plan in place if something as I experienced with Khairi losing him, you don't have the time to get a plan together at that time. You have a life that can go at any given second. And so that's what happened to Khairi. 1 minute Khairi alive, the next minute Khairi was gone. 1 minute he was alive and he was breathing on his own. He was a preemie, but he was breathing on his own. The next minute, my baby was gone. And so there's no plan unless you have it ahead of time, which with this coronavirus, follow the guidelines. And let's just see if separating and distancing ourselves, isolating ourselves, is really going to be what is going to help us to get back to our normal lives faster. So, with all that being said, again, like I said, please share the video. I'm trying to get more people to subscribe. Um, Again, my name is Tamika Walker, and I'm the founder and the CEO of Khairi and Little Angels Memorial. Thank you.